Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna show you some of the tips for college students to study more studies courses that you are gonna take in college. Yeah, I'm gonna help you with this video by giving you some information from some of the notes that have been written down a long time ago when I just began my college journey. So uh, I hope you enjoy this video. So this is the document that I wrote a long time ago. And I remember back in the day, I tried to go online and searching for information from a lot of websites. And I also asked some tools like AI tools to give me some of the tips for studying better. And so number five, use use active learning, use active learning techniques instead of passively reading or listening. Engage with the material actively. Take notes, summarize concepts in your own words, ask yourself questions, and participate in discussions or study groups. So for this particular section, I just want to say something like different people have different types of studying, right? For people like me, it may be helpful for me to read out loud, or say out loud the information and repeat those information until I actually remember. Or I can even try to write notes, like paraphrase some paragraphs in a way that I can actually feel like it makes more sense when I write like this or something. And I even try to go online to find some pictures that can illustrate some specific information in the book. You know that a lot of books don't actually provide a lot of images or pictures so that you can retain information more comprehensively, or as somehow I remember a lot of people might try to write some notes and put all of those notes into some small papers or something. I don't know how you say it in English, but those papers have different colors, you know, like they they like some kind of people who can remember something uh, more better when they look at some objects or some some imaginary things or illustration, pictures or photos or something. So that's why people like that tend to write notes in different colors and put more pictures or graphs or some photos that represent some specific topics. That So you can do something like that too if you try to study something. Okay, back to the next tip. Okay, utilize different learning methods. Experiment with various learning techniques to find what works best for you. This can include visual aids like diagrams or charts, verbal repetition, teaching the material to someone else, or using mnemonic devices to remember key information. I'm gonna go online to search mnemonic devices for you because I already forgot. I already forgot what it is. So, mnemonic devices. Mm. I'm a mnemonic device, memory strip, or memory devices. This is not really that helpful. Okay, let's see. This types are mnemonic devices. Meta noisy, alternate sound, song and rhythms. So I think you may see some people in your life who try to write songs anytime they try to study something, right? So that's that technique might be referred to as mnemonic devices too. And see more. Okay, any memory aid that uses visual images and pronunciation devices, memorizing a jingle and okay, let's think about this. Uh, when you study language, uh, let's say you study English, right? Back in the day when you are children, it any of you guys who are watching my video and are native English speakers, native speaker, uh, back in the day when you were children, if someone taught you what is a shoes, they may try to give you a shoes so that you can remember that there is a shoes, right? If they try to tell you, oh, a shoes is like a kind of object that you can put your legs into it, and it has some different size or something like that. Of course, you're not gonna know what is a shoes. So yeah, there's some information that can only be remembered by seeing an actual object or visual images. So it's the same with study language too. A lot of things can only be remembered by looking at pictures. You're not gonna know what is a tiger. It just read something like an animal who is really angry or violent can eat other animals. You're not gonna know what is a tiger to that method, right? You learn about tiger by looking at an image of a tiger like this. Yeah, when looking at this animal, I know that people call it a tiger. That's all. Okay. I think this is really helpful when you try to study something like car repair, and you try to read some information to repair your car to actually go outside and look at your cars and open the hood and look at all of the machines. That would be more helpful than just reading a book and think that you can know how to repair your car somehow, or even it's even true when it comes to dealing with computers too. You learn about hardware by actually how a desktop computer, not a laptop. I'm not saying that a laptop cannot help you study hardware more efficiently, but with a desktop computer, you can actually know uh, the uh, the real image or the real objects that you can touch through all the hardware. You know, like if you are so curious about the hardware, you can just try to use some tools to help you and open up the computer's case, and you can actually learn about some of the basic hardware inside your computer's case like this. See, yeah, when you look at this picture, you may try to ask some questions like, why is this? Why is this? Why is that? And then you find more information about it, and you can actually know the look of the computer's case more efficiently than read some of the raw concepts from the book. Especially if you're reading a book that doesn't provide you any images at all. You know? Okay, back to the next tips. Sorry. Uh, take roller breaks. Studies have shown that roller breaks during study lessons can improve focus and prevent mental fatigue. Try the home Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes, then take 5 minute break. After every four sections, take a more extended break or 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, so it would be helpful if you take breaks for some specific amount of time and then come back to study, right? So uh, for some people, that might be helpful. And for some other people, they might be able to focus more, like for 1 to 2 hours without any break. And then they break a little bit and then come back to study. And yeah, I think that this tips really helpful too. And most of the time, I remember that when I was programming or coding or studying, uh, sometimes I also try to uh, uh, try to relax myself somehow by uh, by calm myself down, uh, like changing the positions that I sit, like do something like this. I even stand up and go somewhere, looking at some place for like a few minutes to relax my brain a little bit. Then I come back to study, to continue study. And now that I think about it, I think after the specific amount of time of relaxing, your brain can recover somehow. I'm not here to teach you a lot of things like a scientist, but if you can try that technique and then see if you can be more focused after you relax a little bit, having some breaks during your studies. And yeah, even in school, you can see something like that. You finish, yeah, you go to a class for like 1 hours or even two 2 hours, and then then the class is finished. And then you can have some break like 10 to 15 minutes to uh, to go on to another class. During those times, your brain will actually recover somehow, you know. So remember to take breaks, okay? Okay, next, practice with past exams or sample questions. Okay. Familiarize yourself with the format and types of questions that may appear on exams by practicing with past papers or sample questions. This helps you become more comfortable with the material and boost your confidence. Uh, okay, so what 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 I was what I want you to know is that please I try to review and practice all of the exams or quizzes or review all knowledge as many as you can to prepare for the exam. That's the only way to help you to retain more information. And I think one of the biggest issues that let's say you are in the final week and you have many class and you have a lot of responsibility to do. It's really hard for you to practice and review a lot of knowledge during that week to prepare for the exam or quizzes, right? So in order to help you to deal with that, there's only one option. You have to plan ahead, like at the beginning of the semester or at the beginning of the period that you plan to study something. Like you you already have learned one chapter, right? Please spend like 1 or 2 hours during the weekend to review all knowledge, and then move ahead as time pass by, week after week. You're gonna be able to review all knowledge time by time, uh, and uh, and when you are in the final weeks, you can I think you can still be able to remember a lot of information from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Let's say you have a 16 weeks. If if you want to remember all the things from 16 weeks, then it means that you have to spend more times to review all the information from 16 weeks, right? So instead of 1 or 2 hours to review, the amount of time might be amount up to 3 or 4 hours. So so time is a really big issue for you guys to study something to prepare for a test or exams. So I think that's why a lot of classes that are doing in college is not gonna challenge you to remember a lot of things from 16 weeks to pass the test so that you don't fail a specific class, right? But in order to be good at something, please remember that you still have to find the right amount of time to study and review all knowledge anyway. So that's why I think some people might take like a whole year in order to be good at something that they study in college, even though their whole class back then was just 8 weeks or 16 weeks. Yeah. Okay. Come back to the next tips. Stay organized. Your study materials, notes, and resources well organized. Folders, binders, or digital tools categorize and store information and makes it easier to review and key specific topics when needed. So for people like me, when I study something for college, either I used a textbook to write. Either I used a notebook to write all of my notes, or or I can write all of the notes into Microsoft Documents and upload it into my OneDrive account so that I can review knowledge quicker than just try to look up information from online study platform, you know. So so I think writing notes and try to organize all those notes in particular place is really important so that you can save more time reviewing and finding a specific materials quicker than you should, you know. Sorry, quicker than you expected. And let's say you have a kind of exam that allow you to bring some notes to review in order to do the exam. Then yeah, if you don't have the right notes and you don't have any idea to look up the right information quickly, then you're not gonna pass the exam, right? Let's say you are in a math class and there's some specific questions that you have no idea what kind of notes that you should look at based on the notes papers that you bring into the exam. It will take you like more times to read all your notes from the beginning to the end in order to find that particular information to answer the questions. So please try to write notes in a way that you can remember exactly what kind of things you need to look up to uh, uh, to deal with the exam. Okay, if a question seems like or is is referred to something back in chapter one or two or three, then all thing you just need to do is just look up the information from those chapters, and then you can find the right answer to deal with the question. You don't have to read all of the chapter to in order to find the right answer to answer. Yeah, that's pretty much why you should organize your notes in an efficient way. Okay, and don't be lazy. It might take some time to write and organize notes, but but it's worth it, you know. Okay, next, take care of yourself. Maintain a healthy lifestyle while studying. Get enough sleep. Eat nutritious meals. Exercise regularly, and manage stress. Take care of your physical and mental well-being. Enhances your cognitive abilities and overall academic performance. So, have you ever tried to deal with a exam and while just have 1 or 2 hours of sleep? If you used to have some kind of experience like that, then I think that you already failed it, and you already failed the exam somehow, right? So I'm not a doctor, but I know that if a person like me have just 1 or 2 hours of sleep but one night, then I'm sure that I'm not gonna do anything well on the next day because my brain is so exhausted. You know, when your brain is so exhausted and you are very tired, you're not gonna be able to do anything well. So in order to study anything efficiently, just have enough sleep, okay, and eat well, okay. Uh, uh, how can I say? A lot of food can be really helpful for your brain. I'm not here to teach you about what kind of food is really helpful for your brain here because this video is too long now. But you can find all those information online these days, okay? Or you can even just ask some AI tools to help you to figure out what kind of food that help your brain uh, function better. It's good for your brain, your memory somehow, and take advantage of it. And when it comes to memorize something, based on my experience, I think that I can remember more things quick quickly by having 8 to 10 hours of sleep than when I compare myself in a day that I just have 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Okay, that was my experience. So if you think that you can still be able to remember a lot of things just by have a few hours of sleep, I don't actually recommend that. Okay, because I want you to do something in the long run, not in short run. Okay, you can have a few hours of sleep because you have too many things to be responsible for, but you're not going to be able to do something like that in 60 years or even 70 years or 80 years until you retire or until you old and decide that you're not going to study or go to work anymore. So please take care of yourself, eat well, sleep well, study hard, work hard, and you're going to be fine. Mm. That's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys for watching my video, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos, and stay tuned for the next video.